So yesterday we got the text messages between the alleged assassin of Charlie Kirk and his boyfriend, girlfriend, and I admit I'm always getting this confused because the alleged assassin's significant other is a male transitioning to a female. But anytime I have a story like this, I admit I usually reverse it. So I've got to make sure I write that down in my notes when I'm talking about this because I just forget which way it goes depending on the story, John. It's hard to keep track and keep up with this stuff, man.
Kind of like a prefix, trans is not.
Yeah.
Trans man, not man.
Yes, exactly. It just, listen, I don't think I'm a dumb person, but for some reason I can't wrap my mind around which one it is depending on which story I'm talking about.
Right. People have trouble saying statistics and spaghetti and synthesizer. It gets in your mind, and then you just always do it wrong.
3 for 3 by you, though. Nice job there, big guy. Well done. So these text messages that were released yesterday between the assassin and his boyfriend read as follows. And then I'm going to get to how this was covered in the media here by some of the major broadcast outlets, and it's an utter embarrassment. So the alleged shooter says, or the roommate says, you weren't the one who did it, right? Meaning shoot and kill Charlie Kirk. And the person who's under arrest, I'm doing my best to not share his name. I know everyone does it. I don't like to do it. He says, I am. I'm sorry. This person then says, the roommate says, I thought they caught the person. The assassin allegedly says, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in different clothing. The roommate says, why? The alleged shooter says, why did I do it? Yeah, says the roommate. He says, I had enough of his hatred, meaning Charlie Kirk's. Some hate can't be negotiated out. The roommate then asks, how long have you been planning this? He says, a bit over a week. So they're going back and forth, and there's nothing about this that feels natural to me. He's basically admitting everything in this text message thread. It's almost like it was carefully pre-planned as a way to potentially absolve the roommate. I'm sure that's being investigated, but just reading these text messages, it just feels staged. It feels like part of a setup here. That's what it feels like to me, just reading through these text messages between these two people. So how does this get covered in mainstream media? Let's take a listen to this report from ABC News during David Muir's broadcast yesterday.
We have seen an alleged murder with such specific text messages about the alleged murder weapon, where it was hidden, how it was placed, what was on it, but also it was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. A very intimate portrait into this relationship between the suspect's roommate and the suspect himself, with him repeatedly calling his roommate who is transitioning calling him my love, and I want to protect you, my love. So it was this duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was, speaking so lovingly about his partner. So a very interesting and, as Pierre said, riveting press conference, David.
It was tough.
This moment of silence brought to you courtesy of ABC News.
There's something wrong with them.
ABC News trying to humanize an alleged assassin by saying, oh, he had all these nice little text messages. Oh, my love. The duality of somebody jeopardizing the life of Charlie Kirk. No, he allegedly took the life. He took the life of a 31-year-old man who was simply doing nothing but speaking to those who disagreed with him, which is what we should be encouraging people in this country to do. The duality of this man jeopardizing Charlie Kirk's life and so many others, while also having these loving text messages with his partner. They are trying to humanize an assassin. That's the only conclusion to come to here. I mean, if you want to say this person is mentally deranged by having a love letter texted to his boyfriend while he is just hours removed from assassinating a political activist, take that approach, but specifically going down the road of, oh, look at these loving letters and notes that this person put towards his roommate. Oh, boy, I mean, this is just a love story. It's Romeo and Juliet. It's Travis and Taylor. No, it's the ramblings of a crazy person and potentially part of a setup to protect people in his life from potential criminal investigation because of what they knew or did not know about what he was going to do, John. That's what this looks like to me.
We've had serial killers who are church deacons.
Yeah.
So the point is what there, right?
It doesn't, yes.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what the point is.
It's irrelevant.
The guy is an alleged stone-cold killer and assassin.
Period.
And there's nothing else to add. You share the text messages, but then when you go down this dangerous road of basically injecting opinion, that's what the reporter's doing there, injecting an opinion of how we should view this person. Just a guy who loves his boyfriend. No, that's not your job. But they're trying to soften the assassin. That's what they're trying to do here. There's no other conclusion to come to. And you saw this last night as well. This was on CNN. So Montel Williams was on CNN. I was prepping all morning for that line, and I couldn't help but laugh. Said, Pete, when you talk about Montel Williams, please don't laugh right after you say his name. I couldn't help myself. I laughed when I said Montel Williams. I tried all morning. I prepped for that line on this show.
You think Bill O'Reilly and myself go way back there? That's a far throwback, isn't it?
4-hour broadcast. That was the one line I tried to nail, and I couldn't do it. So it's all downhill from here. Montel Williams is on CNN last night, and I couldn't believe it. First, I didn't think it was Montel Williams. I'm looking at the video of Montel Williams, and it looks like he just stepped out of a wax museum and came to life. I mean, it was the weirdest thing. He looked like a fake person on the CNN set. So Montel Williams is on there last night, and he's talking with one of their hosts, Abby Phillip, and listen to the excuse-making for the assassin.
But hear it? I think he also, I don't believe he was motivated politically. I think this was motivated emotionally. I think this was a emotionally stunted person who literally, when I say it this way, just hear me, tried to defend his significant other, not trying to defend some ideology.
But although I do think there's clearly an ideological difference. That's why I played about what they said about the family. I mean, the ideological difference that he was reacting to wasn't just Charlie Kirk. It was also maybe his dad. I mean, his father was, according to him, MAGA. So that conflict was there, clearly.
That is so gross. So you got Montel Williams going, yeah, you know, I don't think it's political. It's emotions. It's all about our feelings. And if you feel a certain way, you can justify any actions. That's the road, the dangerous road they're going down. He was defending his significant other. From what? Words? What happened to sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me? What do we not believe in that anymore? Words are violence? And that then justifies real violence? That justifies an assassination? Because words hurt my feelings? And then Abby Phillip, who's the CNN anchor on the back end, is like, well, you know, Dad was a MAGA guy. If only his father wasn't a Trump guy, I mean, you know, this may have not happened. There was that conflict, she says. So there's a lot of things going on here. There's a softening of the alleged assassin. There's a push to say this is all about emotion and this is all about defending his boyfriend who was transitioning to a woman, and Charlie Kirk hurt her feelings potentially. So this guy reacted as such. And then, well, his family had a lot of Trump supporters in it. So see, if there were just no Trump supporters out there, this wouldn't happen. If no one supported Donald Trump, this would not be a problem. Holy smokes. I mean, there's a lot more to get into. There's been a lot of reaction like this across the mainstream media landscape over the last 24 hours. But those two examples, to me, just take the cake. Tammy's in Shawnee. What's up, Tammy?
Good morning, Pete. I just wanted to bring to light that everybody apparently has forgotten that Montel Williams used to have a ridiculous talk show on TV in the mornings, and he used to regularly have this guest who was a renowned psychic. She couldn't predict anything. She was on there, and she told this woman her daughter was buried by a river. I can see water. 2 months later, the daughter was found alive. So she has no credibility at all. Neither does he, because he supported her. So for a show to get him on and ask his opinion is ridiculous. I mean, their credibility just went in the toilet the moment they did that.
Well, who really thinks about Montel Williams? Like, go for someone who's a young up-and-comer. I mean, they don't have to agree with my beliefs, but find some fresh face. I mean, invest in somebody else. You got 70-year-old Montel Williams up there looking like he just stepped out of the wax museum.
God, I know. And, I didn't know he was even still alive. He's just not relevant. No one gives two craps. Ben Shapiro would say. So,
oh,
anyway,
my goodness. Well, thank you for that, Tammy. Thanks for going down memory lane with Montel Williams' talk show, which I was never a consumer of. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that show's got to be 20 years. I mean, it probably was canceled 20 years ago at this point.
Arsenio Hall's on tonight, by the way.
Oh, thank you, John.
Yeah, really.
Oh, boy. All right, Tammy, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Now, they go down their black book for guests alphabetically, so they got all the way down to W before they found somebody. Right?
Oh, man. Oh, man. That's funny, man. Yeah, I'm trying to think who was unavailable before they got to Montel Williams.
Costa wasn't even going to do it. Next B.
Oh, boy. Let's go to Robin Williams. Oh, well, wait, never mind. Can't do that. Yeah, can't go there. Okay. All right, Montel, you're in, buddy. Let's go. Calling in the bullpen. Tapping the old wrist right now. Let's go, my man. Holy cow. But those are the real conversations that they're having right now because they don't want to actually talk about what this is. And it's clear, politically motivated violence. Clear politically motivated violence.